Hey guys, welcome back to Squad. We're back with another football video. So in this video, we'll be discussing about what happened yesterday in regard to Christian Eriksen, and then we'll be playing a small game regarding related to the tournament,
Hmm.
and hopefully the game would be fun,
Hmm.
and you'd enjoy the video too. So I think we should start talking about Christian Eriksen first.
Yes.
I'd like to start with the first
Hmm.
thing that came into my mind when I saw something like that on my TV screen. I just went blank. I did not
Hmm.
really understand what was happening. First of all, it was really shocking. I personally
Hmm.
never thought something like this could ever happen, especially on live TV. And because, someone like Eriksen, who
Hmm.
plays for a team like Inter Milan, he played for Tottenham Hotspur as well. So he's been playing for teams that continuously play in the highest format of the game, play the Champions League. They make it to the top four of their league every now and then. So one can actually think that he's been getting the best diet,
Hmm.
best workouts, best attention. Yet something like that happened to him. It talks volumes about uh, you know
Hmm.
things footballers have to go through. Their training sessions are really tough. They have to travel every now and then, and over that the pressure to perform at their best week in and week out. And it's not like they just play one game every month or every week. No, they're playing
Hmm.
like 1 or 2 games per week, especially when there's Champions League or the domestic season is running continuously. Then they have to play more than a game per week, and it requires a lot of stamina as well. And I think that was the reason uh, which led to everything. And his body took a toll,
Hmm.
and the tragedy happened. I mean, something like that happened. He's stable now,
Hmm.
but we really do not know his football career ahead. So yeah.
And something like this, yes, something like this, leaves a mark on you for the whole life. Football was something meant for something. It was fun. It was joyful. It had a lot of emotions. But certainly, this was the first time that we felt such kind of an emotion. There are heartbreaks in football, but it is because one team loses and other teams win. So that heartbreak,
Hmm.
it's okay. But this was what you can say, another level of heartbreak. We never experienced ever experience like that. Especially, when a football match is like going on in front of your eyes. In what you can say, during a football match, it has never happened. And it completely changed my opinion about football, and my perspective about
Hmm.
football. We all thank footballers, playing for playing football during a global pandemic, and performing at that level. Not even thinking about, there's no fans on the stadium, fans in the stadium. Global pandemic is going on. They could have easily said that why should we play, we are risking our life, why should we risk our life to play football. But they are doing that. And yesterday, it changed completely. What you can say, I feel, what kind of a situation they are going in, and what kind of problems daily they face every day. And I would just like to thank all the Danish FA, and all the what you can say, officials, the referees, the
Hmm.
players, and everyone, the doctors who helped him, and who noticed that he was not feeling well, he needed that he needed that medical attention. And everyone, stopped playing. Even the referee was like, stop the game, the referee stopped the
Yeah,
game.
he was very quick to react.
Yes, everyone was very quick to react. And that shows that even though you are divided by the countries, you are still united by the game of football, which was a beautiful sight to hold. And I don't think so, even after the tragedy, you can say that there's a silver lining to a dark cloud. And the response that the players showed after that was the silver lining to the dark cloud that happened with Ericsson. And I
Hmm.
guess that nothing this also happen again. And we should seriously talk about the fixture congestion and the competition that they play in. We should seriously try to reduce the burden on the players, and talk about those issues as well.
Exactly. And I saw a post, or rather, I saw Tony Cruz talking about his schedule as a footballer, and he
Hmm.
complained that it was really tight. And yeah, I couldn't agree more, because
Hmm.
when you're playing for the best teams in the Europe, you're required to be at your best week in and week out. And it's not like you just have to be playing one game per week. You have to play more than one game, because uh, for teams like Inter Milan, Real
Hmm.
Madrid, Barcelona, these guys don't just play in their leagues; they play in the Champions League as well. They play in their domestic leagues as well. So it's like 2 or 3 games
Mm,
per week, and to be able to keep yourself physically fit is a task in itself. It takes a mental toll, yes, but it takes a physical toll, and that's on the other level, because
mm,
to run continuously for 90 minutes, it's and to keep yourself fit like that, it's really difficult. And I think people should now understand their footballers are also humans, and they should start being considerate about them. And I heard that people being very rude uh,
mm,
to footballers. They say that you guys earn in millions, why do you guys complain about your schedule? If I was earning millions, I wouldn't complain this much.
mm,
And I think people now would have started to understand that yes, they are also humans, they need rest as well, and their lives are as tough, and they should start being a little more supportive of
mm.
them. Hopefully that would make the make the world a better place, being considerate to other people and that.
And football is like having, we person have our normal day-to-day jobs. We just go to a company and come back. Only that what you can say 30-40 minutes of traveling is there. But these players, they have to train with their they have to train. They have to then fly from one destination to another destination, and they have to play the football. Then they have to rest, and then they have to come back to their home place as well. And everything is which you can say that when we go to our job, we know that we'll be in home in we'll be at home in 30 minutes or maybe 40 minutes. We will have our family with us, but this player, they don't have family with them.
Hmm.
They probably have to what you can say fly with the whole team. They have to fly alone. They probably usually don't get
Sometimes, yes.
permission. They usually don't get permission to bring in their family, bring in their daughters, bring in their sons, whom they would like to spend time. So it becomes more challenge on them. So I guess we should really think about the players' health as well.
Exactly. We think that since they are earning millions, their life
Mm,
would be a lavish lifestyle, but that's not really true. They have to handle so much pressure. You imagine you earn
mm,
something 40-50,000 per month, and
mm,
the pressure on your life is so huge. Then
mm,
imagine the pressure on their life. They are earning more
mm,
than millions of dollars, and it's not just the physical aspect of the
mm,
sport but the mental aspect as well.
mm,
So like I am talking about the big teams,
mm,
they have to be really at their best every time they play, because
mm,
if that does not happen, then they lose their spot, and that's another story in itself.
mm.
So their lives are difficult as well, and we really hope that things like this don't continue happening, and he gets the proper treatment which he will always obviously he will get.
Mm.
And hopefully we will see him back on the field in some way or the other, and we are all hopeful, and we should all be praying for that.
Yes, and from all of us from here, we would like to wish him a speedy recovery and wish him and
Correct.
we wish him good luck to see him next time on the pitch.
And I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about the Finnish players as well. They
Mm.
stopped the play the moment it happened. The fans as well.
Mm.
They started chanting Christian Eriksen. It
Christian.
was a
Mm.
beautiful gesture, and the gesture from Finnish fans as well, when they gave their flag so that the
Mm.
medics could cover, and he could get the privacy he deserved. So the beautiful sport really won yesterday,
Mm.
and as football fans, to see that, it's really overwhelming.
Yes, that was we usually say that there's a silver lining to a dark cloud. The dark cloud was Christian Eriksen tragedy, and the silver lining was when all the players and all the people coming together to wish and support Christian Eriksen during his bad time.
Yeah, it just shows that the world is still a beautiful place to
Mm.
live, and hopefully things will be well ahead. So
Mm.
yeah, I think we should start the new segment of this video.
Mm.
That's the Euro game that we were supposed to play. But let's see how it goes. So we'll start with the first group itself. That's which consists Switzerland, Turkey, Wales, and Italy. I think
Mm.
Italy should be comfortable enough. I think it's easy for them to make it to the first spot. So we'll put Italy on the number one side. I
And
guess you agree to that, correct?
yes, I can.
So
Uh,
yeah, I mean they've got the best squad in the group, young players, and they are like 30 games unbeaten. So it's
mm,
not really difficult. It's not gonna be difficult for them to go through the
mm.
group stage. So Italy at number one, and I think Switzerland should make it to number two. What do you think?
If first I will talk before going to Switzerland. I will talk about Italy. Italy, they failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup. they needed some kind of a resurgence, and they have a lot of already young players coming into the squad. Sure, they are relying on Chiellini and Bonucci to do their defensive job, but they have a lot of young players coming upcoming, like Nico Barella is there. Who is in the midfield, who's a up and coming youngster. Then they have Federico Chiesa, who was with Juventus and he did his job. And you have alongside them, you have players like Lorenzo Insigne, you have Ciro Immobile, you have Verratti in there, you have Jorginho in there, who are pretty much experienced and pretty much in their peak of their life of their career.
Careers, correct.
So Italy, I think Italy are one of the favorite. And now we'll move back to Switzerland. Looking at the Switzerland squad, you probably would think like Switzerland, not probably a big team, but if you look the players that they have Fabian Schär, who's with Newcastle United playing in the Premier League. They have Akanji, who is playing in the PSG. I think so. Akanji is playing in PSG squad or Dortmund squad. I don't remember right now. Then they have
Mhm.
Granit Xhaka. Then they have Shaqiri. Um, they have someone like Brian Embolo, who is up and coming right now, a great youngster.
Mhm.
So with all those players, I probably think they might finish second. Although they just managed a draw against Wales, which I thought was
You
a
know,
loss for
I
Switzerland.
personally, I'll say that Wales managed to steal a point from Switzerland
Mm,
because Switzerland really looked like they could like smash a goal or two in the
mm,
second half. Wales managed to hold them on to just a single goal and even went on to score a goal. So Wales really got lucky, and that could actually cost Switzerland. But
mm,
I think Switzerland should be fine enough to make it to the second spot of the league. So we'll have Switzerland at number two, and yeah,
mm,
like you said,
mm,
Switzerland looked really passionate yesterday.
mm,
They started making those chances and made life difficult for Wales, whose
mm.
midfield wasn't as good as we expected them to do. So Switzerland at number two, but Wales could make it to number three. And since Turkey's got like a really average squad, I don't think Turkey will make it through the group stages. So Wales at number three and Turkey at number four.
So I'm also agreeing with what you said right now. Wales at number three and Turkey at number four. Well, usually after the start of before the start of the tournament, I thought Turkey are a really good side, but after looking at their performance yesterday and what they did on the pitch, showed that they had less character. Whereas at the, out of first first half of the Wales versus Switzerland, Wales were getting completely
Mhm.
overplayed by Switzerland, and it looked like an easy win for Switzerland. But credit to the Wales player, they fought in, they dug in, and they got a point from that game, which really gives them what you can say a kind of a boost, to finish at least second or third in the group. But yeah, here we have Italy, Switzerland, Wales, and Turkey in the same order right now. So we'll move
And
into
move on to
move
Group
on to
B.
Group B.
Correct.
Yes.
So I think the Group B should
Mm,
be easy for us to decide.
mm.
Belgium makes it as the
No
topper of
doubt.
the group,
No doubt in that.
no doubt, of
Belgium
course.
have that. They have De Bruyne, they have Lukaku, they have Eden Hazard, they have Thorgan Hazard, they have Tillemans, they have Witsel. The list can
KDB.
go on, and they should probably face. They should probably don't face any much challenge to go through as a group winners.
Correct. And personally, I think Belgium should actually go on to win this tournament. They are
Mm,
the clear favorites. They've got the squad, they've got the experience,
mm,
and they know how to win. We
mm,
saw it back into the 2018 World Cup, how they were really at their best game. They
mm,
looked like they could have a setback against Japan, but the way they came back into the game,
mm,
they scored three goals after being 2-0 down. It shows character that the team has, and especially that last goal, when
mm.
Lukaku just left the ball and someone else scored the goal, it just
Naturally.
shows that they've got the mental aspect of the sport as well.
Mm,
And with a lot of experience and a victory like which they
mm,
outplayed Russia yesterday, they won the game 3-0. Lukaku scored those two goals, and we are all expecting him to be the next big thing. He's
mm.
already the big thing, but he's going to be an even bigger thing, especially for Belgium. So yeah, it's easy for us. Belgium at number one.
So Belgium at number one is sealed. Who do you think will finish number two? I am going with Denmark right now, but I just want to hear your thoughts.
Actually, I was thinking about Denmark at number two, but since Finland got that cheeky victory yesterday against
Mm,
them, call it a psychological, no,
mm,
psychological thing which affected Denmark or whatever. But Finland are clear against one of their opponents. Finland might not defeat Belgium, but they've got it in themselves to beat Russia too. So, but Russia can also beat Denmark and Finland. So it's really confusing for me to choose a number two. But if I have to really choose, then I think I should go with Finland since they won the game yesterday. So yeah, Finland at number two as of now.
So just like you said, if we had done this video before yesterday, I would have said Denmark at number two and probably Russia at number three. But with a cheeky win over Denmark and Russia, I saw that Belgium versus Russia game. Russia, they were playing just what you can say long balls towards their striker Zuba, and hoping that he would do something. So that kind of strategy might not work against Denmark and Finland. So I'm also thinking that Finland might probably finish second with a win over Russia. So that leaves us with two options for third and fourth. Now I really think Denmark will finish sixth. Will finish third. I don't think they will go as low as fourth. But again, um, they still have that mental barrier to come up against, and I think they will come up to that mental barrier and they will finish third. Your thoughts on that?
Correct. Exactly. I'm
Mm,
sure Denmark might, overcome that psychological pressure that they have
mm,
in them. But the game against Russia is going to
mm,
be very important. You cannot count Russians out because they did a fine job in the World Cup
mm,
2018. It's like a few of their players are still playing in this tournament as well.
mm,
So the game is going to be important. But if you're talking about the situation right now, I think I should
mm,
go with Denmark at number three. And
mm.
sadly, the Russians might not make it through the group stages. So Russia at number four.
So just before going to Group C, I would like to say that Russian, they were what you can say the dark horses. They reached till quarterfinals, and they barely, they could have made it out to semifinals as well. But this Russian team is not similar to the one that they had in 2018. This is a lot of weaker team. Sure, they have home advantage with them. All their matches are going to be at St. Petersburg, but still, this squad is very very weaker than the squad they had in 2018. So we
The
have
World Cup.
them. Yes, so we have them in the foot. And before talking about Group Six, I think so we should do one thing. That is, I'm sorry, all the North Macedonian fans who are watching, who probably will be watching us, but we definitely have to do this first.
Yeah, correct.
Hmm.
It's एक second. Correct. So North Macedonia at number four.
Hmm.
I think Netherlands have it in themselves to make it through the group stages
Hmm.
as a topper. I think they'll easily be the group toppers. So we'll put Netherlands at number one. Netherlands are playing Ukraine in their first game, which is today,
Hmm.
tonight, 12 o'clock, I think. So so yeah, Netherlands can easily beat Ukrainian team who might make it as
Hmm.
who can make the group as second toppers, but easy for Netherlands. They're gonna be number one. That's what I feel.
Yes, I also feel that way. Netherlands, they should win this group, and if they don't win this group, I probably we can probably say that they are not tournament favorites or they are not favorites to make it deep into the group. So they should win this group right now. And sure, they will miss Virgil van Dijk, who was their leader at the back, and was one of the what you can say a talismanic figure in defending. Sure, they will miss him, but they still have that quality. They have Daily Blind, experience of Daily Blind. They have Stefan de Vrij, who plays with Inter Milan and won a Scudetto over there.
Frankie De Jong and
Yes, Frankie
Matthias
Lam.
Delight as well in the
Yes.
defense.
Yes, and they have what you can say. I like to say they have very exciting, very young and exciting attacking attack as well. They have the flair of Memphis Depay. They have the pace of Quincy Promes. They have the experience of Luke De Jong. They have the what you can say a young boiling blood of Daniel Malen. So I think the Netherlands should definitely make it through their group as toppers. So now this leaves
Correct.
us with Austria and Ukraine for number two and number three. Now what I feel is I feel Australia have a better squad than the Ukraine is. They have David Alaba they have experience of David Alaba. I know they have a lot of what you can say players who are experienced in playing who have a lot of experience of playing in Bundesliga. I can remember Julian Baumgartlinger to play for one of the who played for one of the Bundesliga team. Valentino Lazaro, I don't remember which team he plays, but I think who he plays for Mönchengladbach or Leverkusen. They have Marcel Sabitzer who plays for RB Leipzig. And they have Marco Arnautovic as well, who's one of the experienced strikers and played in the Premier League as well for West Ham. So overall, I think Austria would finish second and Ukraine would finish third.
Yeah, maybe, but Ukrainian players have the experience of playing in the
Mm,
top leagues of Europe. They are basically a combined 11 of Shakhtar Donetsk and
Hmm.
Dynamo Kiev.
Hmm.
So since these teams regularly qualify in the Champions League, I think their players have the experience to,
Hmm.
uh, and they have it in themselves to, take what it have what it takes to
Hmm.
be the second toppers of the group. So maybe Ukraine can be the second team, but it all depends on what they do against each other. So
Hmm.
if Ukraine beats Austria, then Ukraine will be
Hmm.
second team, and if the vice versa happens, then Austria will be the second team. So I think I should go with what you're saying right now.
Hmm.
I'll give Austria the
Benefit of doubt.
benefit as of now,
Hmm.
and Ukraine might be the unlucky ones who qualify the group as, like go on to the
Hmm.
next round
Hmm.
as the third team from this group.
I can see Denmark probably not getting any points as well. They would probably finish with 3 points, or probably because I don't think they can defeat Belgium right as of right now. They can
Hmm.
probably get a draw against Russia and put finish on only on 1 point. So anything can happen, and probably Ukraine can get more points, and we still have a lot of teams here that probably will finish third but not get any points. So anything can
Hmm.
happen, and I can see that I can see this group panning out as Netherlands finishing with 7 points, Austria with 5 points, and Ukraine with 4 points. And 4 points are enough. If you are third place team, 4 points are enough to qualify for the round of 16.
Correct. So we'll move on to the next group now. So talking about Group D, I think it should be easy enough for us to
Mm.
conclude that England might make it as the group toppers, but it will all be decided by what happens today. They are
Mm.
playing Croatia. Croatia had defeated England in the World Cup semi-finals, as we
Mm.
know, in 2018. So if something like that happens, if Croatia wins this game,
Mm.
then Croatia might make it to the top. But since England are stronger on paper, I'll give
Mm.
them the benefit, and England at number one from Group D. That's what I feel.
You know what? I'm just probably going to say this. I probably think England are finishing top group, but I want to keep Croatia as a group winners because if you saw the last World Cup and if you saw what England are doing and the guys out it,
Mhm.
they play a lot of defensive kind of football. They probably think that they're so underdogs over here. Even they play against small teams like Austria. They play like small team like against Albania. They go into the defensive cell, and probably this is gonna hurt them against the game against Croatia, and probably
Mhm.
they might finish second. But for the video purpose, I am going to put England as first and Croatia as second. But I think it's gonna be vice versa in the real life.
Yeah, it can be like that. And I read
Mm.
Modric's interview, and
Mm.
Modric said that he enjoys playing when there's a
Mm.
lot of pressure,
Mm.
especially when fans are counting Croatia out since England look
Mm.
favorite. England are a young team. They've
Mm.
got a long way to go. So, but since they are strong on paper, we are giving it to them right
Mm.
now. I think it should be Czech Republic at number three and Scotland at number four. No doubt about that. Czech
Mm.
Republic actually play more football than Scotland,
Mm.
so easy for us this. So
Uh,
that was Group D.
so I can see Scotland making finishing third, but they would have to really rely on Andy Robertson and some players in the squad to carry them through this squad and make get somewhat of a respectable position in the group stages. But it's really hard, and I can see Czech Republic finishing third and Scotland finishing last in the group.
Correct. So we'll move on to Group E now. Uh, I think it's a toss up between Spain
Mm.
and Poland at number one spot, but I'll give it to Spain right now.
Mm.
But we really do not know what is exactly gonna happen. It depends a lot on what Spain does against Sweden. That's the first game.
Mm.
Uh, I think it's tomorrow night.
Mm.
So maybe I'll give it to Spain right now since they look uh, better than the other teams, at least on the paper. So Spain at number one in Group E.
I think Spain have that quality of dispatching Poland and Switzerland, Slovakia. I expect them to finish as a table topper, group topper as well. And you know, I probably think Sweden have a what you can say more complete squad than Poland have, and they have more than players. They have Emil Forsberg, they have Isak, who is one of the upcoming talents in La Liga, playing for Athletic Bilbao. They
Hmm.
have a lot of good players. They have a lot of good squad. I think Sweden might finish second, but what after looking at this group, I say if people say this is a group of death, but I say, any three of this team, any two of this team, can finish second, third, and anyone can finish second after Spain. Spain is sure to win the group, but any one of these three team can probably fight for the second spot and probably get it. It's what you can say, very close, between very fine matches. मतलब 19-20 का फर्क है इन टीम तीनों टीम्स के बीच में, and really anything can happen. I will go with your guts with this one.
Yeah, I think I should put Sweden at number two,
Hmm.
but it also depends on what Poland does against Spain, and the game between Poland and Sweden. That's going to be the
Hmm.
most important game of this group. Since Sweden are strong on paper, I'll give it to them. Maybe Sweden are making it at number two and Poland at number three. Slovakia might be the unlucky ones who might miss their ticket to the next round. So
So
Sweden, Poland.
I will add one more point. Any one of these team, any one of these two, Sweden or Poland, either of these team, even if they manage to get a point against Spain, they would probably finish higher above. They would finish. They would finish second. So just get some points out of Spain. Even if you get 1 point, you will be in pole position to finish as second. So yeah, we
Yeah,
will.
so moving on to the
Okay.
next group, which is the group
Group
of
of
death.
death.
Absolutely anything
Mm,
could happen in this group,
mm,
but since we are talking
mm,
about teams that are strong on paper, I think I'll give it to France. Shouldn't
mm,
be difficult. France might, or they will actually live up to their names. They are the world champions. They'll be playing the Euro Championship now.
mm,
So France at number one, and it's gonna be a toss-up between Portugal and Germany. Of course, a lot depends on what Portugal does against Germany
mm,
when they're playing. But since Portugal have their first game against Hungary, of course you cannot
mm,
sleep on Hungary. Hungary drew their game against Portugal last year. It was a 3-all
mm.
game. But since Portugal
And
actually looks stronger on paper, and if they, or they might actually go on to win their first game, and they'll
mm,
get the early points. So I'm actually putting Portugal at number two for
mm,
that reason. So France at one, Portugal at
mm.
two, and Germany at three. That's what I feel as of now.
And speaking about the last time when Hungary was in the Euro competition, Hungary finished top of their group. They had Portugal in their group, as I said. They have Austria. So they finished top of the group. And if Hungary managed to defeat someone like France, Portugal, or Germany, any one of them, any if they can just get a victory out of any one of them, uh,
Cheeky goal and just defend everything out.
yes, and they could probably what you can say finish in second or third position as well and qualify and probably dump Portugal, France or Germany, anyone out of the tournament. But as you said, France, Portugal, and Germany all have what you can say same quality of squad. Anything can happen. I'm going with France at the top as well. You said Portugal at second, but I really think Portugal finish third again. They would rely on Ronaldo. Probably Ronaldo. This team is better than the 2016 team. This is a more well-rounded, more experienced team. All of the players are playing at the top of the level. Like example, Ruben Diaz, Rafael Villarreal. Then they have Joao Cancelo. They have Ruben Neves. They have Carvalho, William Carvalho. They have Danilo Pereira. They have Bernardo Silva. They have all these players. They are playing at the top of their playing continuously playing for their club team, and the club is playing at the top of the level of the football. I personally think anything can happen. I'm going with Germany second. You are going with Portugal second. Can we have a toss to decide who will finish second? Because
Audio.
audio. Okay. We will play rock paper scissors. Whoever will it will say finish second. Okay, rock
Okay, odd.
paper. Huh?
Okay, rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, rock
Rock,
paper
paper,
scissors.
scissors.
What? Okay, it's a draw. I also put scissors. Okay, rock
Rock,
paper
paper,
scissors.
scissors.
Okay, I won. Paper covers the rock, so I won.
So Germany makes
Germany
it,
makes.
goes through the group, Portugal at
So
number three, and
anything can
I'll
happen.
tell you what,
Okay,
of
yeah.
course,
Mm,
of course, anything can happen, but I'll tell you what,
mm,
do not sleep on Hungary.
mm,
They might get a cheeky victory against Portugal, and with high hopes, they can actually go on to defeat either of the teams. Of
mm,
course, it's gonna be a really hard task, but if that happens, then the things are not gonna be easy in this group, and it seems like a group of death for
mm,
real. So this is what it looks as of now. Since we are doing teams on paper
mm,
and the games that have happened till now. So this is what the groups look like, and we'll talk about what teams could qualify
mm,
from the round of three. Like the third place teams
mm,
have a chance to make it through. So I think it should be easy for Portugal. Portugal make it to the next
mm,
round. So I think if you can just click Portugal off, correct.
mm.
And the other team might actually be Wales, because Wales got the experience of someone like Gareth Bale, and last Euros also they made it through the
Um,
group stages. So I think Wales can be the second team.
So
What do you
I'm
think?
just saying, uh, can we just go from one by one? We all know Portugal is finishing third, and they're qualifying to that. Can we just,
Mhm.
we will go one by one, and let's see, let's analyze the group. We'll talk about fails first. So let's go to the group. Uh, you know, I think they can really get this point. They have 1 point against Switzerland. They can defeat Turkey, and they would land up, even if they lose against Italy, they would land up with 4 points. So I really feel that Wales can go through as third best team in the group, and they can really qualify for the round
Hmm.
of 16.
Yeah, so we have Wales.
Okay, we have Wales. So we'll go
To be
to.
honest, we should rather talk about teams that might not make it to the next round.
Mm,
Uh, and it looks like from here that Denmark and might be either of Czech
mm.
Republic or Ukraine, maybe. That's what I feel.
So you talked about Denmark. Denmark have already lost against Finland, and they are probably going to lose against Belgium as well. And the Russia, they can get one win over Russia. They can get 3 points, which I don't think, because Ukraine probably will get 4 points because of their victory over North Macedonia, and they can get a draw against Russia, so they can get 4 points. And Poland can get 4 points. Remember, they can get easily 4 points. Win over they, if they can probably get more than 4 points as well. They can get 5 points, still finish third. So Poland are definitely one of the thing. The only team I can see is currently Denmark and Czech Republic. Czech Republic, because I don't think they can defeat England or Croatia, any one of them. I don't think they can get even a point against them.
Correct.
They can only manage a victory against Scotland. But again, if they fluffed it, they are all left with only 1 point. So yeah. So I'm thinking, ten probably the teams which will not go through this would be Denmark and Czech Republic. So your thoughts
Correct.
on that?
So I think we should
Hmm.
just tick the other teams and
Hmm.
move ahead.
Okay. So here we are. So this is the group stage. We are Group stage is done, and we'll continue now to the knockout stage.
Hmm.
Okay. So the first round of 16 match, Belgium versus Poland.
I
That
think it's gonna be easy for Belgium.
mm,
Belgium might easily beat Poland.
mm,
So Belgium to win
yeah.
against Poland. Belgium at number one,
Again,
and
last time again as well. If you remember, if you remember 2018 World Cup, I think so. Poland were in a group with Japan, Colombia, and one more team that I don't remember. They were in group with that team, and Poland sadly did not make through that group as well. And somehow in Euros they are finishing third, and they are probably going through this. So, and
hmm,
again, Belgium is not an easy team. So I also guess Belgium might defeat Poland and they will go through. So next one, Italy versus Austria. Whenever
I
I
think
did,
it's easy for Italy. Italy
mm,
might make it through. They might defeat Austria.
mm,
They are a better side, at least on
mm,
paper,
mm,
and might be the fact on the field as well.
mm,
So Belgium versus Italy in the quarterfinals.
okay,
That's what we think. The next one should be easy as well.
mm,
Should be France. Easy qualification for them, and I think a slightly easier qualification for Croatia too. So
mm,
France against Croatia in the round of 16, or rather the quarterfinals, is what I feel correct.
mm, okay.
Moving on to next,
We have
again
Spain and
Spain
Ukraine.
and Ukraine. I think
Um,
we should give it to Spain already,
yes, Ukraine
and a
probably
difficult fixture ahead.
Ukraine probably would have made it through year by luck. We all did the group stage and they were finishing third. So yeah, it would be difficult for them to defeat all of Spain. No, so this one is a big one. England versus Germany. England are a good spot
Mhm.
on paper. Germany are a good spot on the paper. What do you think would be the reason? Any one of them getting knocked out?
The Germany hasn't been doing well since
Mm,
the World Cup that they won in 2014. In 2016, also they lost against France. In
mm,
2018 World Cup, they were really not uh,
mm,
a side up to the mark. They lost 2-0 to someone like South
mm,
Korea. So that
mm.
might haunt Germany. So I think I'll give it to England due to those reasons. So yeah, England and Spain in the quarterfinals is what I feel.
So I contradicted you with this one. I probably think Germany will go through. They had that low in South Korea as against South Korea. They failed to qualify for the World Cup. But that squad. If you look at that squad and if you look at this squad, it's possibly there's what you can say. No, I think so. Timo Werner and Mesut Ozil are one of the only few players, and Manuel are the only few players who are from that squad. And this is a completely different Germany. This is the new Germany, and they have a lot of attacking young players who are up and coming and have performed well. So I contradicted you here by saying that Germany might go through. So what should we do right now? And I seriously think England might not make through this stage, and they would probably lose over here.
Yeah, maybe because Germany has experienced squad players
Mm,
like their goalkeeper who's been playing since 2008 or
mm,
9 or
mm,
10. He's got that experience,
mm,
of course, and players like Thomas Muller, who's been playing for about 10 or 11
mm,
years. Tony Cruz. So
Tony
yeah,
Cruz.
maybe since they've got the experience, they can make it through. So yeah, maybe we can give it to Germany right now.
So yeah, this time we are going with my one. Next time, if we have some contradicting image, we will go with yours one. So this time we are going with Germany. Next up, Netherlands, Portugal, and I definitely feel Portugal is going to. Netherlands, they don't
Correct.
have that.
We should give it to Portugal this time.
They do have a great squad. They can fight against Portugal, but Portugal. As I said, they have a
Hmm.
lot of what you can say players who are playing at the top level for their club, and playing their best football right now. So I think Portugal is going to right now, and the last one is going to be easy. I don't see Finland beating
Easier.
Switzerland.
I think it should be Switzerland.
Mm. So we'll go to top again quarterfinal. So the first quarterfinal, Belgium versus Italy. Who are you going here for
Uh,
this one?
give it to Belgium because they've got the strongest side on paper,
Mm.
at least against here this time.
And
So yeah, Belgium to beat Italy, maybe just by a single goal or 2-1 or something like that. But yeah, it's gonna be Belgium. So Belgium to beat Italy and make it to the semi-finals.
so all will depend upon the Lukaku and De Bruyne. Then your defense, how they can
Hazard
hold up.
also.
Yes, yes, how they can hold up the defense, how they can hold up Italy attackers. It will all depend on their defense and the likes of De Bruyne, Hazard, and Lukaku to score those goals. So it will. I think so. This one will come down to fine margins as well, and probably Belgium will go to the semi final. So next up we have the World Cup final repeat, France versus Croatia. I think France have that they have that sort of a team that can steamroll this entire tournament. They can just win, and probably win this Euro Cup as probably by winning all the matches and staying unbeaten. They have that kind of a quality, and I do feel that
Mhm.
they are going to win this one against Croatia.
So we should give it to France.
Mm.
So France versus Belgium in the semi-finals.
Okay, so again a close one, Spain versus Germany, and we know.
I think we should give it to Germany this time.
Mm,
I don't see Spain going that far in the
mm,
tournament.
mm.
So yeah, maybe give it to Germany.
And
And then the next,
we also talked about the Spain team as well when we did the review for the Spain team. We also talked that the farthest they can reach is the quarterfinal. With the players they have, the farther they can go is
hmm,
quarterfinal. And if by some miracle they get a weak team, and probably defeat them, they can go to semi-final. But this is the farther I think the Spain team can go. So Germany to semi-final and Portugal Switzerland. I guess Portugal just make it into the group this time.
correct. Portugal to beat Switzerland and Portugal versus Germany in the semi-finals.
So again, this was again a semi-final for semi-final in the World Cup, Belgium versus France, and it was decided by one goal only, and that was through a set piece with Samuel Umtiti score. So
Yeah,
mm, mm,
it came through a corner, I guess.
mm, mm,
Umtiti was the one who headed the ball into the net.
mm,
So things like this, like that could repeat. But I think Belgium would be eager to get that revenge.
mm,
So, but since both these squads are strong on paper,
mm.
France look stronger. I think I'll give it to France.
Yes, and you can probably say this one is also cost of time. Toss of a coin. Anyone can go to both have that both have that quality to make it their victory. But as I said, France have that quality to steamroll anyone in tournament. And so yeah, France are the first finalist for this one. Germany, Portugal. Just I want to say one thing. We said that Germany will finish second and Portugal will finish third in the group. But here I feel that Portugal are going to win this one. They have that again. Germany, probably they would be tired. They've played against England, they played against Spain, and they had that group of that as well. Exhausting group of that. They had to play France and Portugal in the group. Germany here, Spain here, and they probably might, what you can say, lose their stream over here, and probably not play that game at their 100% best, and they could lose out to Portugal here.
Mhm. So yeah, maybe that could happen, but the other way around could happen as well.
Mm.
Since they defeated the odds to make it to the semifinals. They could have their confidence skyrocketed, and
Mm.
they could also defeat Portugal. But a lot would depend on how
Mm.
Cristiano Ronaldo does on that
Mm.
particular day. If Ronaldo is on song, then Germany have no chance. So yeah, maybe give it to Portugal this time.
Yes, so you are also agreeing with Portugal?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, we have this repeat of the final that we had in 2016, France versus Portugal. And this time, I don't think Portugal is gonna win this one. They made it. If you look at their group, they had Netherlands, who are probably weaker side. Switzerland probably weaker than them. Then they defeated exhausted Germany team. And probably
Mhm.
coming here, they would probably and France. We all know they have been just steamrolling each and every team, defeating Belgium, Croatia, Portugal, and Germany in the group stages. I think Portugal is not going to win this time. France is probably going to take the Euro home and take the revenge as well for the
Agreed.
last time.
Yes, correct. France could make it as
Mm.
the winners of the Euro Cup. Just like
Mm.
last time, if at all Ronaldo stays fit for the
Mm.
entire game,
Mm.
Payet does not do what he did
Mm.
last time.
But it is not in the
For
squad.
the matter of fact, there is no Payet this time.
Yeah.
Uh, and if
Mm.
cheeky goals comes from here and there, then Portugal
Mm.
might win. But I don't see that
Mm.
happening. France for the victory. Mbappe would be playing against his idol in the final, and
Mm.
he'll be eager to defeat
Get
him
one up
and
over him.
win the trophy. So I think it's France for the victory.
So there you have it. What you can say, we predict that fans are going to win this one, and all the predictions are done. Everything is done. We played. You can also play this small game. You just have to just go to the Euro 2020, their official site, register over there, and go to the games tab, and you can play this game. You can play other game as well. There's a match predictor as well where you can predict the score of the match, predict the goal scorer of the match. So there are multiple games. So
Mhm.
just go head on over there and play this one. So yeah, this is all we have for today. Amay, would you like to say something?
Yeah, that's what we have for you in this video. I hope you liked the video, and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace out.
Peace out.